Welcome, everybody, to the December meeting of Geology Club, the holiday party online. And this is going to be a great night. We've got some great announcements. We've got a great presenter. Renee is going to do a great talk. Perfect for the winter season, cleaning the rocks. We'll know what to do. So we'll get started here. Let's go right. I'm going to hold on this slide here and I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to go right to the preview of what we're doing later tonight at the very end. This is Angie. She's going to open the very first gift. We did a holiday secret gift exchange. And she's
I can't hear you anymore, but I got Jerry McNamara.
cool. Cool. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
That was actually from Joe McNamara. Jerry's my wife.
Okay.
She mailed it out for me.
You really wrapped it. So thank you. And thank you. Should I read the note?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It says, well, hello, Angela. I hope you enjoy a little sample of rocks, minerals, and fossils that I've collected. Yours now. My name is Joe McNamara. I am one of 3 club leaders. Please come join us on our field trips if you haven't already. Most of these minerals, I have videos showing them being collected. Go to YouTube and search Rock Hounding with Joe. Thank you so much for being part of Geology Club. We have some great things coming 2026. Well, I got lots of packaging. The first one here is a fossil seabed.
That's actually pretty cool, that seabed.
Right. Blue azurite and malachite. Limestone. Quartz crystals. I wonder where they're from. No. Epidote on magnetite. Serpentine. Calcite crystals. Herkimer diamond. Wavelength. Oh my God, that's a beauty. See that there?
That is beautiful. Wow.
It is. They're all pretty cool. Quartz crystals. And that's all she wrote, which is a lot. Thank you, Joe.
Awesome.
And thank your wife, too.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Very cool. Bill, I'm going to mute you just for right now. And Michael, I'm going to mute you just because we're having some issues with sound right now. So anyone who's not muted, I'm going to mute you. Some people were saying that sound's breaking up on their end as well. They were messaging me. So hopefully this helps. All right, everybody. That's a little preview of later. But first, let's get into a whole bunch of cool stuff. So here we go, everybody. I'm going to reshare my screen. So on behalf of your leaders Tina Kruger, Joe McNamara, and myself, and your leadership team, Sylvia Eppig, who could not be here tonight. Her neighbor's house burnt down, so she's helping with that. Good, she's being a good neighbor. So she couldn't be here tonight. Vanessa Burnett, she is here tonight. She's your field trip, liaison, taking care of all that. Joanna Colvin Gamble. I'm not sure we've announced this yet, but she joined the team this month. I put it as outreach, but she's helping out with social. She is taking charge on a newsletter, so you all might see a newsletter come here soon. She's already putting it together. So thank you for joining the team, Joe. And on behalf of all of us, we would just like to say, sorry, there we go. Thank you for an amazing charter year. What do I mean by charter year? We just started in March. The first year, it's the charter year. So let's recap some highlights and get to some important announcements. Before we do, for announcement number one, you all may know this, you all may not, but you all paid for 2025 dues, right? You all are paid members. Well, most of you. There are a few that aren't, and I'm going to message them and see if they want to actually pay and join the field trips and all that. But for every paid member that joined during our charter year, you are good through next year. So the next time you have to renew your dues with us in Geology Club is at the end of next year. And we really hope you do, because we've got an exciting year. So let's recap some highlights for this year that we just got through. 10 months of steady growth. This is unheard of. March 6th, or in March, starting March, we had 6 members. Right now, we have 316. We're not done with the year yet. Let that sink in, everybody. 310 member growth in 10 months. Thank you to all of you. You made it all possible. Word of mouth, all of that. We are going to make you so happy. 26, best we possibly can. Here's another big deal. 501c3 paperwork has been submitted and accepted by the federal IRS. However, we are currently just waiting for the approval. This might take a little bit. I'm fingers crossed that we have it by the end of the year. I need it by the end of the year for the club, so we can take care of not paying taxes on all the dues that we need to just funnel straight to the UFMLS at the end of the year. And while we're talking about it, Treasury is good. We're looking positive. We still don't have rates set for insurance for EFMLS for the coming year. So until we know, we won't have a complete picture, but we're looking good for taking care of all of our various expenses that we're going to need to take care of for all of our members with the EFMLS. 10 months of great meeting presentations, starting with Dr. Kyle Trossel. He's on tonight, but we had a lot of good stuff happen this year. A lot of great people were eager to join the Geology Club, meeting and give us what they got. Tonight, the last one, Renee Kowalchik. Thank you for being here tonight with us. Our next January meeting, there is no January meeting. So our next meeting is February 10th with geoscientist and CPRMC president, Brittany Martin. She's going to do her glacial geology talk. I've been bugging her all year. Hadn't been able to get her in because she's always selling stuff at shows. So she was like, February is perfect. So we're going to start the year off good. Our first meeting will be with Brittany. But just so you know, everyone's aware, there is no January meeting. We need a break. We really do. We can't go all year long. So January is a great time to take that break. And we're going to have a great year after that coming your way. During 2025, 17 trips in 8 months, April through November. This is all of them. What other club do you know has done 17 trips in 8 months? There might be a couple that get close, but we're doing our best to bring you the best and as much of it as we can. So thank you all. And we're going to do a whole bunch more next year. So we're going to start it off right off the bat. January 1st. Anyone want to freeze their butt off with me and whoever else wants to show up? C&D Canal, Reedy Point, Delaware. I'll send out the details and a sign up just so I can get an idea. So I'm not waiting at the gate for no one to show up. But I'll be out there. I'm going to be looking through. Wintertime is the best time to be out there because the plants are all dead. We can get through some of the old dredged tailings piles that still contain a lot of good stuff. They're still out there, but you can't really get through all the briars and just overgrowth during the springs or summer. So wintertime's a good time. Let's go see what happens out there, see what it currently looks like. And of course, this is weather pending. If it snows, if it's raining, whatever, we're going to cancel that because it will be quite cold. All right. Biggest announcement. I've been waiting to tell you all about this. I've mentioned it to a few people. I've told a few people, but Geology Club and Area 51 miners. I got a call a couple weeks ago from the owner of Area 51, 52, 53, 54, all of those. He called me. He was like, hey, Geology Club's in. And I just started saying, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Area 51 is, I think people can get into that. Area 52 is what we've been given access to. This is a private mine. This is where the crystal collector, Brian Major, comes up to New York and plays with Shane, the owner, Shane Moore. And they, this is a private location. No one gets in here. There were currently 2 clubs that had access, and that was Shane's friend, Ryan Klockner. His 2 clubs in Jersey. We all know Ryan Klockner. He gave us our website, our web domain name, all of that. So we're friends with him. I've been friends with Shane and with Clock for quite a while. This is just an evolution of that. So we will have our first trip at Area 52 where no one else can get into Memorial Day weekend 2026. There will be a limit to the amount of people that can attend the trip, but we're going to have a fall trip as well. So if you don't get in on that first trip, we'll probably do a same weekend thing at Mohawk as well. So anyone who doesn't get the lottery, we will probably do a lottery for this. I'm sure many people will want to get into this. So this will probably require a lottery. We'll do a set list. We'll get some backups, a backup list of maybe 5 or 10 people, but then the rest can all go, and we'll do another announcement. I was talking with Scott, the owner of Mohawk, who, with doing this kind of club dig thing, would like to just add, not hitting the wall with the excavator, but add the excavator to future club digs to turn material over so we can hopefully find stuff for club members throughout the mine. We were doing that in the snow. It got really cold. But during the summer, during the spring, fall, it will be a lot of good time. So 2 big excitements, 2 big Herkimer diamond mines up in New York. We have access, and it's things are looking good for 2026. All right. So we're going to get to the first video tonight. What are all of you thankful for? I'm going to reshare my screen because I got to just select the video. Bear with me, everybody. And please enjoy. It is leadership's honor to bring you the following video.
Man here with Geology Club members up at Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining. It's snowing. What do you know? And we got a machine dig going on. But it's Thanksgiving, and we're all thankful for various things. So, Jen, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for the Geology Club and the being a part of family.
All right. That's the best one, and she's right off the bat. What are you thankful for, Tony?
My 2 rocking buddies and the cluster that I found today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he found a nice crystal already today. Bill, what do you got? What are you
I'm
thankful
thankful
for?
that snow's holding off.
Oh, yeah? The snow's holding on. It's snowing right now. Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm going to be thankful if this pocket's going to pay out.
Well, I am thankful for you, sir. You have been more help to me over the last year than you realize. You have helped the Geology Club on trips and all kinds of things. So I would like to present you with something to make your life a little easier here. I specially made you a set of steel.
Nice.
All right. And then there's a couple little mini wedges in here. I'll find them in a minute. But yeah, so on behalf of me and the Geology Club,
That's awesome.
however, there's one thing. They come with a set of instructions. Now, I need you to make sure you read these directions thoroughly right now.
Oh,
Read them out. Read them to us. What's it say?
2025 American Federation Rockhound of the Year. This certificate presented for exemplary volunteerism. Bill Geary, member of the Geology Club, Eastern Federation. Thank you for your commitment. Yeah.
So I want you to know, Geology Club is thankful to you. Thank you, sir. All right. All right. Up here at Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining, we're all thankful. And check this snow out, everybody. Look at this. Mining in the snow. All right. Back to the meeting. Thank you all for checking this out.
So, go ahead, Joe. I know you. I know Joe McNamara wants to say some stuff. Go ahead. Got on mute. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, thanks to Bill, he's done a big part in the club without even knowing it. You know, he's been helping out with a lot of field trips, and he's always so generous to everybody that he's around. I mean, when he finds gold, he gives it away. I mean, what else can I say? But yeah, Bill has a little secret. The way you stay cold, I mean, the way you stay warm in the cold, is you dig a big hole and crawl down into it. That's the way you do it. But yeah, thanks for everybody, and hopefully a good year coming. We have a lot of good stuff planned, so yep.
Tina, I know you want to say something.
I just wanted to say congratulations. When we just started talking about honoring someone, I think all three of us had the same thought right off the bat of who we wanted to give this to, just because of all the help and knowledge and experience and everything. Just all around great person. So thanks again, Bill. You're definitely one of a kind, and you need to rub your good luck off on the rest of us so we can find some cool stuff too. But well deserved. Congratulations.
Awesome. Vanessa, Joe, you all want to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks, Bill. You are always willing to help everybody out. You love to educate besides dig. It's funny when we go to a dig site and we see a giant hole, we're like, oh, well, Bill must have been here. But thank you for everything you've done and just helping and, sharing, your finds. And you're just, fun to be around.
Hey, Andrew, does Ted would like to say something?
Go ahead, Ted.
Bill, I have to ask you, how do you get all your energy, or where do you get all your energy? I mean, it's just, I start before the sun rises, and you're there after the sun sets, and other people are sleeping, and you're sending stuff out. So where do you get your energy?
Bill, you're muted if you're
Yeah,
talking.
no, I was waiting for
Oh,
you
there we
to.
go. Cool. All right.
Ted, I've had a lifetime of working long hours. I started today at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I finished just before this meeting started. So I'm just programmed to move. And when I stop moving, everything starts to hurt. So I just keep going.
Well, keep it up. And we'll have to
Mhm.
rub closer to you so we have more energy
There
ourselves.
you go.
Thank you.
And you're
Uh,
about to see his energy here in a minute. Joanna, did you want to say anything real quick? I didn't want
I
to.
would. Bill, it has been a pleasure meeting and digging with you. When I first met you out at National Limestone, just your energy was contagious. And, you know, a lot of us had never been there before, and you jumped right in to help everybody and to help everybody find minerals. You gave minerals. You broke those big gray rocks because some of us didn't have the right tools. You never hesitate. This is well earned, and we're also proud of you and honored to be your friend. Thank you.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
Um,
And uh, just so some people don't, most people don't know, Bill's been offered a position on the leadership team going back to when, you know, Tina and Joe were still first coming in and all of that. Bill has graciously been like, when I join, I want to have the time to really focus on all of you. And that's honorable. So just so you all know, it will come. He will be part of this, whole thing. But for now, he's busy. So, Bill, do you want to say anything real quick?
I'll try to get through it. So a lot of you don't know that my kid got hurt 2 years ago. And I didn't know anything about geology or crystals or anything. He broke his leg in January. They did a number on the ER, messed up his nerve. So he had a couple-year recovery. But from January till September, anytime I stopped moving, I kind of felt like I was right there where it happened. So then somebody told me you could find crystals in Phoenixville. I think I said, you have to go to Puerto Rico for that shit. No, you don't. Because I was just looking for something to keep busy, because that's what I did. I went there in September, and I was finding crystals, and it was the first time the pain went away, and I was able to breathe all year. So once that happened, I didn't stop. So a lot of my energy, if you want to call it that, comes from that. Like it's like my happy place, I guess, or my calm place, or and the more I do, the more I'm fascinated by it. And I guess I like helping out everybody because this has done so much for me. And this award means a lot. So thank you. And now I'm going to just spin my camera around here for a bit. So thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Bill. So let's move on here to keep on going with this theme. Hold on one second. All right. So, as we said, thank you. Special thanks. All right. Let's go right into it. All right. So, everyone has been dying to see this. No one's seen it really yet because I just finished the video this afternoon, a few hours ago. Here we go. This is Dirtman Report. Bill Geary pulls a monster. Enjoy, everybody.
Dirtman here with Bill and Tony. They just hit a nice pocket. It's already pulling out calcite, but there's a massive Mohawk monster sitting right in the middle. Look at this. These are calcite. calcite blades. This was up against, see that? That was up against this massive crystal. It's about to come out. Check this out, everybody. Oh, yeah, you got it. Look at that. That is going to be awesome. As long as they don't break it. Sometimes they break.
Oh, got me too. It's so tight.
Like being a surgeon now.
That's the way you gotta kind of do it.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on, there it is.
It's moving.
Moving?
Yep. You want to take it out?
It's coming out?
You want to take it
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Okay.
It's not moving.
Well, it moved out. Here, put that chisel back where you just had it.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
There it is. Oh, yeah, Bill. Wow. There it is.
Wow. Nice.
Damn, man.
I got one.
Hold it up. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a double.
Yeah.
Another double. Third man here. We are live at Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining. Bill Geary had a machine dig today in the snow. It is snowing his butt off. Look at that. Wow. Probably an inch already of snow. And Bill just pulled it out of the wall over there. Check this thing out. Let me grab it from you. Look at that monster. And there's Bill over there. Look at that. Bill Geary just chipped it out of, it's a double.
My head's frozen.
Yeah, what do you think, Bill?
Oh, finally.
Look at that, everybody.
It is fitting. We're in a blizzard.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, he did a lot of chipping to get this out of the wall. A ton of chipping. Unbelievable score there. What do you guys say, Corey Rockhound? Look at all that snow on her hard hat. What do you think, Jen? Crazy, right? Let me go get Tony. Oh, yeah. All right. In the snow, Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining, pulling out the Mohawk Monsters with Bill Geary. Oh, yeah. We'll see you next time. All right, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed that. I literally froze my hands off trying to hold the camera. It was so cold. That was over a half hour. That was probably 45 minutes of me actually filming that I edited down to 4 minutes. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me go back here.
I enjoyed it.
Cool. Raffle time. All right, everybody. So here we go. Is it going to do it? Testing out a new feature here, everybody. Hold on. Cool. Everyone sees that? Could someone just say you see it? The big crystal?
Yes, looks good.
Cool. All right. We are giving this away. So I told you about the crystal earlier. I found that crystal just walking around. I jumped up on a boulder, found it. I'm giving it away to all of you. Here's what else I'm giving you.
Up on top, there's a piece of calcite. Down below, there's a big shard that was in my video that I posted on YouTube saying, or on social, saying that you can find stuff in the snow. This rock that you see, that's got a big pocket of druzy and herc sitting in there. So this is tonight's raffle. So starting right now, during Renee's presentation, put in a number between 1 and 200. So everyone puts a number between 1 and 200. If the second person to create a double, if you guess someone else is already picked, the second person needs to redo their guess. So we can't have any dual winners. This is a free raffle. I will send it free of charge to you. My Dirtman Report videos fund the shipping for these raffles. That's how I give it back to you. When you watch my video on social, that's how I give it back to you. So, all right, everybody. I believe the very next slide is going right into our presentation tonight. So, without further ado, I want to introduce someone who doesn't really realize how much she actually means to me. This woman saved my ass so hard. Like,
you can't possibly hate. You cannot possibly hate doing a newsletter that much.
Absolute. 2 years ago, as president of Central PA, our newsletter editor retired, Brittany Martin, and left us hanging. So I was like, all right, it's January. I'm the president. It's on me. Oh, you want to talk about the worst experience of my life, trying to make words happen on a piece of paper? I'm a good video guy. I can take pictures all day long, but you make me do anything other than chicken scratch on a piece of paper, that ain't gonna happen. So Renee jumped in. She was a brand new in the club. She just joined. I'm like, hey, guess what? Since then, she has been amazing. She's now won awards in the EFMLS and AFMS for her newsletter. She's also joined me on the EFMLS team, and she's heading up the youth programs. So everything that, all the clubs do have resources for youth. And that's what we're going to try to bring to you all in 2026. We just didn't have the capacity to do this in 2025. We're going to figure it out. We need some more help, but we're trying to expand some youth capabilities. And Renee has been an expert so far. She publishes articles every month on the patch program, the badges that you can earn, that youth can earn for doing geological things. They're very simple, but they can earn patches, on this program. So we want to try to, the families all got a questionnaire. Who are your kids? And this is part of all of it. We want to know who our youth are so we can provide this stuff to you all. So without further ado, someone who I hold with great respect, Renee Kowalchik. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Andrew. That was very sweet. All right, let me just share here and get things started on my end, and then make sure everything is clicked right here. And let me get my, all right. Can you all see my PowerPoint here starting? Yes, we good?
Yeah, yep, awesome. All good.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I started out my career back in the 1900s as a teacher, and I taught chemistry and biology for 27-ish years and decided that I needed a change. And so I quit teaching and I started working for Eurofins Lancaster Labs, designing trainings and e-learnings and giving trainings to analysts. So my background is in chemistry and biology. So it's important for you to realize, at least I want to make sure everybody realizes, I am not a geology expert. My experience is in chemistry, so my presentation is more about being safe and using the chemicals safely. Although I do have some recommendations, some things that I've found that worked and didn't work, that I'll try to help share when you're using chemicals to clean your specimens. So my agenda for us for today, 3 basic topics we're going to cover. I want to talk about proper PPE. Safety always comes first, so we're going to start with that. A little bit about mechanical versus chemical cleaning and why you need to do each, and some of the differences, and then some of those chemical options and how to do those safely. So we will start with our PPE. Right at the top of the list, eye protection. Whenever you're using chemicals, it is extremely important that you protect your eyes. Regular glasses are really not enough. They're certainly better than nothing, and I get that. But if you are working with chemicals, you should have some kind of safety glasses that have protection for the sides and the top, so that if there are splatters and splashes, they're not getting behind your glasses. Safety glasses are great. Safety goggles, if you're going to be using the real serious stuff, if you're going to be using muriatic acid, I would highly, highly recommend safety goggles. I do work in an actual chemistry lab, and we are required, if we're going to work with something like muriatic acid, hydrochloric acid, I have to wear not only my safety glasses, but a full face shield in the lab. That is really, really important. And you don't want to risk your eyesight trying to clean chemicals. So ANSI is the Safety Institute, and they rate safety glasses. So if you're ever looking at safety glasses and you're trying to figure out, is this something that is good or not good, you can look for that ANSI rating, that Z87.1 or Z87 plus. There's a couple different ways that they put it on there. It has changed in the last couple of years. But that rating is important. You want to make sure it has that. As far as the prescription glasses, I would recommend, if you're going to do a lot of cleaning, I would recommend getting prescription safety glasses if you wear glasses. Number one, it just makes things easier. Those of you who are in my age group where, I'm old enough now that my vision is failing and I need, distance vision and close-up vision, the progressive lenses in a safety lens is really helpful. You can get them online. It's probably not as expensive as you might think. So it is something that I do recommend you look into. Next is gloves. So we're going to talk about covering your skin. Protecting your skin from contact with chemicals is extremely important. You can use disposable gloves. I use like dishwashing gloves that go all the way up to my elbows to cover my whole forearm. It really doesn't matter as long as it's covered. You don't want splashes on your skin. Long sleeves and long pants. Again, protecting that exposed skin. I have an old flannel shirt that I throw on over my clothes to protect my clothes and my arms. Long pants and closed-toed shoes, probably not a big deal this time of year. If you're working outside, you're going to be covered anyway. But if you're out in the summer and you're working, that can be a little hard. You want to have the shorts on and your flip-flops. Be really, really careful when you're working with chemicals if you have exposed skin like that. And then the last thing I just want to mention, it's probably not required for the vast majority of people, are a respirator or a mask of some sort. The other thing, in addition to your eyes and your skin, that you want to protect are your mucous membranes. Chemistry is not, to the horror and pain of my students, is not about exploding things in terms of our safety concerns. It's really about producing gases that we should not be inhaling. That's a big safety concern in all of chemistry all the time. And it's no different when you're cleaning rocks. You are causing chemical reactions to happen, and if those chemical reactions produce gases that can burn the lining of your nose and throat, it's going to cause some significant health problems. Your nose and throat are lined with cells that have a lot of moisture and mucus, and they also have something called cilia, little tiny hairs, and they get burned, literally burned, chemically burned from those cells, and they don't come back. So it is very important. You've got to be really careful with that. as long as you are working in an area with really good ventilation, then you don't need to worry about the mask. You can set up a fan to make sure that the fumes are blowing out of the way. That's also a good habit to get into. But if you are in a closed area, you want to be really, really careful with those fumes. Now, one last thing that I want to point out, and sort of the thing that I think is the most important when you're working with chemicals, is you need to know what could go wrong and have a plan before it happens. Know what you're going to do when something goes wrong, because inevitably, if you do this enough, something is going to go wrong. The examples I have, if you're working with acids, you should have a base handy to neutralize spills. Have a box of baking soda next to you at all times when you're working with acids. Baking soda, in my opinion, is the easiest thing to work with because it's not harmful. It's not going to hurt the environment. It's not going to do any additional damage. But if you spill acid, you can just shake that baking soda on there and cover the acid spill with the baking soda, and it neutralizes the acid. Working with caustic chemicals, you ought to have some kind of wash bottle nearby. I usually just have a gallon jug or a bottle of water, something that you can splash onto yourself or onto the surfaces around you if something spills or splatters, and that you get stuff on your skin. So it is really important, if you think about it, just kind of, okay, what's the worst that can happen here? How am I going to deal with it? All right, we good? So far, so good, PPE? All right, let's move on. Oh, I forgot. I put this video in here. Some of you may have seen this. I showed this to you, to the people who were at the thing we did way back in the summer over at Marietta Park.
That was the Central PA Rock Swap.
Yes,
Where
yes,
Geology
that's what it
Club and a
was.
bunch of clubs were involved. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So when we were there, I did a little bit of safety stuff there too. So what you're looking at is a Petri dish with egg white in it. And the reason I'm using egg white is because egg white is a protein very similar to the protein in your eyes. And here is what happens when those proteins are introduced to an acid. Let me get over here. There we go. So what I'm pouring here is a muriatic acid solution, probably about, I don't know, maybe 10, 20% acid. It is not straight from the bottle. It is diluted a little bit. But what you're seeing is that acid interact with those proteins, and it's doing what is called denaturing the proteins. Basically, it's cooking the egg white just like you would cook it with heat, but we're cooking it with a chemical. The same thing happens to the proteins in your eyes if you get acid in your eyes. Please, 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 I cannot stress enough. When you're working with chemicals, make sure that you have safety glasses on, because this is what is produced if you don't. And it is basically cooked egg white at this point. It is nothing more than that. All right. Let's move on to talking about our mechanical versus chemical cleaning, because you kind of have to do both. So mechanical cleaning, removing debris that's stuck to the surface. It is not chemically adhered. It's just kind of stuck there. And mechanical cleaning is going to take that off. The chemical cleaning we do is removing chemical substances that are coating or staining the specimen. So it's going to take, it is adhered chemically. There's chemical bonds holding it to the surface. And so those coatings or stains, it's going to take a chemical reaction to remove them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about mechanical cleaning methods. I think you're probably all familiar with them. I just kind of listed a bunch here that just trying to think about. Soaking, scrubbing, using a brush to remove debris, soft brushes, more involved brushes, really depends on your specimen. Sonicating is using an ultrasonic cleaner, using sound to vibrate your specimen to loosen surface debris. Can be really helpful if there's lots of stuff stuck in little cracks. Spraying, using a water stream. I have started using a water pick, like one of those things that they make to like clean your teeth. Found one for $5 at the thrift store and figured, what the heck, let's try it. Works great. I would highly recommend getting one if you have the opportunity. It's a little less violent, I guess, than the dry cleaner sprayer. Those dry cleaner sprayers are crazy. If you've ever used one of those, they work fantastic, but holy crap, watch your fingers. or even a hose, kind of spraying with that. That's really, really can be helpful too. But I would highly consider, especially because I've seen them lots of times at thrift stores. The water picks are really neat. All right. And then last part of the mechanical stuff, I want to talk a little bit about soap, because soap is sort of the bridge between mechanical and chemical. So soap can help loosen and remove debris. And if you get a really alkaline industrial strength soap, it can also chemically start to remove substances that are coating or staining your specimen. Dish detergent is not going to do that. It's just going to kind of get the debris away, help remove that. Industrial cleansers and alkaline solutions, you're getting into some of the coating and staining. I have literally just started looking at how those work and trying to get some of those together. So maybe sometime next year I can do an update on how alkaline solutions work. I focus mostly on the acids here in a little bit. But it does definitely have its options, and there are some neat things that you can do with those. All right. And then the more important part of all of this is really going to be our chemical cleaning options. So again, using chemicals to remove our coatings or stains. So our chemical options, whenever you're choosing to use chemicals, my recommendations start with the simple, less dangerous options and go from there. Soap and cleansers, vinegar, which is a weak acid, baking soda, which is a weak base. Start with the less dangerous stuff so that you don't have to worry quite so much about the safety issues. Unfortunately, those don't often work as well as we need to, and so you need to move on to the more reactive and stronger chemicals. Things like oxalic acid, muriatic acid, or lye, which is sodium hydroxide, are more reactive, kind of stronger chemicals. So I'll talk about each of those in a little bit. I do want to, before we get into the chemistry part of this, give you all a little disclaimer. So chemistry is weird, geology is weirder. There are lots and lots of exceptions in chemistry. It used to drive my AP Chem students absolutely batty, because you'd have this rule and say, okay, this is how this works, except when XYZ happens. There are lots and lots of those in chemistry. Geology, at least at the level in which most of us amateurs work in, plays a little fast and loose with the associated chemistry, in my opinion. So, for example, we talk about quartz being a silicate, which is, of course, true. It's silicon dioxide, but it can have all kinds of other things in the quartz. And so those other things that can be there can cause side reactions. And so while we say quartz is generally pretty unreactive and you can throw it in anything and it's not going to hurt anything, it depends on what else might be attached to that quartz crystal. So my recommendation, anytime you're using chemicals, do not ever throw your most favoritist, find the best thing that you have into the chemicals without testing something first. Use something little that you don't really care about. Do that first and see what happens before you use the really cool stuff. Otherwise, you're going to end up destroying something that you really, really wanted. So just be careful with that. Let's talk a little bit about chemistry and do a quick chemistry lesson. Next, we're going to talk about our acids. So most of what we use to clean our specimens are either an acid or a base. As I said before, I'm just kind of getting into doing some base stuff, working with the alkalines. So I'm not going to spend any time talking about those today. We're going to focus on the acids and a little bit on something called sodium dithionite. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to focus on acids first. So our acids, the three that we use the most, that I think pretty much would cover anything you're going to need to do, are vinegar, oxalic, and muriatic. You can use other acids. Citric acid is a possibility. I would not ever recommend hydrofluoric acid for anything. I don't know if you could even get hydrofluoric acid if you're not involved with a lab. That stuff is straight up scary. Sulfuric acid really is not going to do a whole lot beneficial. By far, these three will cover probably 99.9% of the stuff that we would do as amateur geology people. Acids have a pH less than 7, so you can get pH strips and test solutions if you want to know if your solution is acidic or basic or neutral. Strong acids versus weak acids is an important thing to understand. Because in chemistry, we use those words a little bit different than in everyday language. Strong and weak have to do with how many hydrogen ions the solution produces when the solution is made. So if it produces lots of hydrogen ions, if a compound, when it's dissolved, most of the molecules fall apart and produce hydrogen ions, we consider that to be a strong acid. If only a percentage of them do, and usually those percentages are very low, then we consider it a weak acid. Strong and weak are different than concentrated and dilute. Concentrated and dilute have to do with how much actual chemical is in the solution. So you can have a strong acid that's very dilute. You have muriatic acid, but you mix it with lots and lots of water. Or you could have a weak acid that's very concentrated. Oxalic acid is technically a weak acid, but if you mix a lot of it into a solution, you can have a very concentrated solution of oxalic acid, and it's very reactive. So you do need to be careful with that one. So it isn't quite as simple as saying, strong acids are dangerous and weak acids are safe. That is really not how that works. So you do need to be careful a little bit. Concentration matters. And on that note, a little bit about reactivity and side reactions. I do want everybody to be careful. You want to make sure your acids do not come in contact with metals, as most metals do react with acids. There are, again, exceptions because chemistry is weird. There are metals that don't. Gold, for example, reacts only with one very specific mixture of acids, but most metals do. Do not ever put muriatic acid in a stainless steel sink. It will turn your stainless steel sink black. So be very, very careful with that. You don't want to use metal spoons or tongs or things like that. You can get cheap plastic tongs at the Dollar Tree. I use plastic spoons in all of my containers. I use plastic containers from the Dollar Tree to mix stuff in. You want to make sure that you're not mixing stuff in containers you use for food, of course. So you can get cheap stuff. It's easy to find stuff, but definitely stay away from the metal. And then disposal is the other safety concern. You want to make sure that you're disposing of your acid waste safely. Neutralization is probably one of the easier ways. Dilution is the other option. Neutralizing is reacting with a base to form water and salt. So if you have leftover acid, you can put a base in it. I use baking soda because I want it neutralized fast. And I don't want it sitting around. I don't want extra acid. I have kids and dogs, and I don't want to deal with that. If you don't mind waiting, you can let it sit and react with limestone. But it usually takes more time because the surface area of the limestone is not nearly that of the baking soda, nor is the limestone quite as reactive as the baking soda. So it will take longer. You're going to have this solution sitting around a little bit more time. But if you're finding big chunks of limestone somewhere and you want to throw that in your bucket and let it dissolve, that's fine too. Whatever works. You can also dilute most acids with lots of water and dispose of it in a safe place in your yard. I tend to dilute mine to about 4 or 5 on the pH scale. I have pH strips that I test with. And then I put it on my hydrangea plant because I like blue flowers on my hydrangea, and my soil tends to run on the basic side in the first place. And so I get my blue flowers by dumping my excess acid on my hydrangea plant. Whatever works for you, but you do want to make sure you're thinking about what you're going to do with that. One of the keys here is keep it small. Don't, I don't create huge amounts of acid, so I don't have to worry about disposing of huge amounts of acid. I only make enough that, for what I need and not an enormous amount. It makes it a little bit safer and a little bit easier to deal with. All right, so let's talk a little bit about oxalic acid versus iron out. Iron out is something called iron out solid crystals. So first of all, first thing I want to make sure everybody understands, oxalic acid is not the same as iron out. solid crystals, and the iron out solid crystals are not the same as the iron out that you buy in the bottle that's already a solution. All three of them are different. There are them. Malic acid is a weak organic acid, very reactive. And so it is much better cleaner than the out, those solid crystals that you're getting. So if you've not ever tried oxalic, highly recommend you try it. It's really better than crystals do, especially if you heat it up a little bit. Do not even bother with the iron out spray. It just does not work as well. It does not have the salt, the sodium metabisulfite in it, and it does not work hardly at all. You're not going to see any really good results. Those crystals are better. They will remove thin coatings, the iron out crystals. The oxalic acid will move some thicker coatings, and I'll show you a couple of pictures of that in a little bit. Both of them are caustic. They will cause skin and eye damage, so you've got to be careful with those. They're both toxic. You don't want to breathe the fumes or the dust or ingest it in any way. But both of them are good at removing iron staining, which, again, being where we are, we get lots of iron stained crystals here. And so I particularly like the oxalic acid. Heating it up a little bit does make it work faster. You have to be very careful, however, heating it. You don't ever want to boil it. It does create some really noxious gases if the temperature gets too high. I usually set mine around 60, 65 degrees, and that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. 60 degrees Celsius, which probably, if I had to guess, is somewhere in the area of 100 degrees Fahrenheit, if you need to know that number. But you don't want to get to boiling because it does release some really nasty gases when it boils. But warming it does definitely help. Iron out can be easier to get and is a little bit cheaper, but it really will only do thin coatings. It also decomposes way faster than the oxalic acid. Iron out is super light sensitive. It will decompose very quickly, and as it goes down, as the iron out decomposes, it gets more and more acidic. The more acidic it gets, it speeds up the reaction, and so it decomposes faster and faster. So iron out crystals after 3 or 4 hours, especially if it's exposed to the light, you're really not getting much at that point in terms of reactivity. So the oxalic acid, I think, lasts a little bit longer. You know, in my opinion, it's my favorite thing to use. I've used that more than I use muriatic anymore. Disposal methods, both of them can go down the drain with plenty of water. They're meant, iron out is used to clean toilets and bathtubs. So like people pour crystals onto the toilet and bathtub. So it's not something you really need to worry about going down the drain. If you just rinse it with lots of water, it should be fine. You can neutralize the acid if it's a concern for you. Now, let's talk a little bit about what it looks like and what it does. So I dug out this lovely quartz plate here. You can see lots of iron staining going on. I think this came from Schuylkill County, but I'm not positive. Somewhere near the Echo up that way in the woods, but I'm honestly not positive. But either way, obviously quartz, lots of staining. This second picture, what I did was put the bottom half in iron out. So everything from that big crystal in the middle down was in iron out for an hour. Everything above the crystal was in oxalic acid for an hour, but I didn't heat it up. And so the picture is a little hard to tell. The oxalic acid might be marginally better, but there's not a whole lot of difference between the two at this point. I took another hour and put it just in oxalic acid with a little bit of heat. Warmed it up to my 60 degrees Celsius, and obviously another hour is all it took to get pretty much all of that iron staining, the big iron staining off of there. So oxalic acid will work quite a bit better, in my opinion. I like it a whole lot better than the iron out. Um, I can see Jen's comment if anybody, if you're following the comments there, the oxalic acid powder is kind of crazy. And I agree. If you're working with it inside, you should be very, very careful. You do not want to be breathing that. It is toxic and it can cause some damage. So do be very, very careful as you're transferring that oxalic powder. Rich has asked, how do I heat it? I actually use my sonicator for that. The sonicator that I have, my ultrasonic cleaner has a heater on it, and I really love it because I can set the temperature to 60 degrees and it'll keep it at that, and it doesn't have to go much higher. I know people have done it. Oh, there it is, Andy. I know people have done it with a crock pot. And so if you can go, again, thrift stores are your friends. Go find an old crock pot in the thrift store that you're not going to cook food in, and use the crock pot on a warm setting, and you can warm it up in there. Just be very, very, very careful. Yeah, and Ted, the ultrasonic basin, yeah, I don't put it directly in. I kind of use an indirect method. So I fill my ultrasonic cleaner up with water, and I have a plastic bin that I use that fits to sit in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I put my acid in the plastic like Tupperware container. So my Tupperware container goes in the ultrasonic cleaner that has water in it, and I put my rock inside of that. It absolutely does not change how the ultrasonic cleaner works. The sound will go right through the Tupperware container. It's perfectly fine. It does not change anything. You can do that, and then I don't have to put the acid directly into the ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, definitely good point in bringing that up. Don't put the acid directly in your ultrasonic cleaner. Use it inside of a Tupperware container or something. Yeah, it's great. Rich, you're gonna love it. It's fantastic. All right. So, a couple of things. Again, if you have any other questions, you're welcome to keep going there. All right, so we talked oxalic and iron out. Let me talk vinegar and muriatic a little bit. So vinegar is a weak acid, muriatic is a strong acid. These two actually react in a very similar way, but the vinegar is going to be a whole lot slower and much less dangerous. Obviously, you have vinegar in your kitchen. You eat vinegar. It is not going to harm you in any way. It's not the end of the world if it gets on your hands. Probably will burn if it gets in your eyes, but it's not going to do what the muriatic acid does. That said, they both will dissolve carbonates. So any kind of limestone, any kind of dolomite, any kind of calcite, most fossils, they will dissolve all of those things. And because fossils are often in carbonate-based rocks, you have to be careful if you're working with fossils and trying to clean them up chemically. It can be helpful to remove limestone coatings from fossils. It is easy to go too far. The vinegar is slower and does less damage. Personally, I think the muriatic acid is easier to control. And I'll show you my Duncan neutralize method here in a minute to show you why I think it's easier. And I've done this not just with fossils, but I've done it with calcite. I've done it with shells that I've collected from the beach. And you'll see my Duncan neutralize method. I really like that, and I've had good success with it. Disposable vinegar, of course, down the drain. Muriatic should be neutralized before dumping. You want to be really, really careful with that muriatic acid. It is no joke. That stuff will cause burns. It will produce chlorine gas in the right situation. You need to be very, very careful with muriatic acid if you're going to use that. Make sure you're wearing all of your PPE. Make sure that you're working in a well-ventilated area. If you're producing chlorine gas, obviously chlorine gas, it was the first gas used in chemical warfare. It will kill you. So you need to be very, very careful and make sure that you are not breathing any of that in. This one, oh, hang on, we went backwards. Okay, so the top row here are my befores, although I think these were actually cleaned up a little bit. I was trying to find some of I have a handful of cookies and cream just so that you can get an idea. I personally liked the oxalic better than the muriatic for cleaning the cookies and cream quartz. I think it works faster and it's easier to deal with than the muriatic. I agree the muriatic works. It will clean the cookies and cream quartz, but the oxalic does a nice job as well. So this, I just kind of threw in some iron out. So the top is the before, the bottom is in some iron out for a little bit of time. This one here is oxalic acid after, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. And so, just something to think about. You can use muriatic acid for these. Oxalic is also an option. Here's my acid dunk and neutralize method. You're going to love this. This is super fun. So here are 2 fossils. And again, you can do this with some of the crystals. So the fossil on the left is the before. The fossil on the right is my after. I did this with muriatic acid and only muriatic acid. That's the only thing I use to clean this. I am not patient enough to sit there with a toothpick and pick at this little rock to get it off. I can't. This is just not for me. So this is my solution to the not picking at it with a toothpick. So here's a different rock. What you're looking at, same rock, front and back. Okay, top is one side, bottom is the other side. Here is my neutralization. Here, let me close that up. So dunking in the acid. So this is muriatic acid, probably about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40%. I've diluted it a little bit. And all I'm doing is dunking it in. You'll see, you saw, this is not fast forward, couple of seconds in the acid, and then immediately into a bath of baking soda, concentrated baking soda solution to immediately stop the reaction. I check it, make sure it looks okay, give it another dunk. I can do this 2 or 3 times before I start to see some significant damage. So you can see how fast that went through there. Couple of seconds is all I'm allowing it to react, and then into the baking soda so that it stops the reaction immediately. What you can see, let me just, hang on, where are we? Sorry, hang on. Come on, there we are. Okay, so what you can see, so here's the after. Same rock. Let me make them a little bit bigger. Hang on. There we go. So same rock before and after. The lighting is a little different. Sorry, I wanted to wait for it to dry so that you can get an idea, because wet, it obviously looks a little bit different. But the dry, you can see how much nicer, especially on that bottom one, how that coral on the bottom stands out so much better. The pictures don't do it justice, but those corals on the top picture really stand out. You start to see a little bit more of the color of the actual fossil itself in there. It's removing some of that coating for me. I don't go crazy about it. I do a couple dunks and it is what it is. At that point, I'm pretty happy with what I've done here. Some people will then sit there. It does loosen stuff up too. So if you are going to sit there with your toothpick and pick at it, it also helps with that. But I do like the dunk and neutralize method. If you've not tried it and you have fossils, I highly recommend that one too. One last thing, and then I'm finished. Wavelight, of course, we all have this from National Limestone. And often you'll find Wavelight like the rock on the left there, where you've got the crusty coatings and iron staining and everything on there. The one on the right is after probably about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours in oxalic acid, in a warm oxalic acid solution in the sonicator. So you can sort of start to see how the color is changing on this one, and you're starting to see a little bit of the thinning of that coating. Now, this takes long, but, and by long I mean days. This will take a couple of days, and because I can't plan ahead for the life of me anymore, I didn't do this early enough, so you're only going to get to see 1 day of this. But here's what it looks like after a day in the oxalic acid. And what's happening is you're seeing a whole lot of that stuff that's on the Wavelight itself, whatever that crystalline stuff is, starts to eventually get eaten away and off of there. You can see the line. I did not put the whole thing, submerge the whole thing, just kind of because I wanted to be able to see the before and after line. So you can see the change. That's what you're seeing there, the difference between those two. And you can see if you keep doing this, it does get thinner and thinner. So more of those wavelight balls will start to be able to see the green through there. I've had some success with this. Again, I'm still experimenting a little bit, but it's something else to try if you want to, if you do have the opportunity to try, if you have some pieces to test it out on. I wish I took a picture of the other side. The other side actually looks really, really neat, but I kind of forgot about it and was running out of time, so I don't have that one to show you. All right, so last thing, just a couple of resources. The book that I use, I tried to find a place where you can buy it, and I can't find a place where you can buy it if you want it. The Mineral Cleaning for Collectors, I love this book, but it's very technical language. It's written by chemists for chemists. But if you want details, it's got every detail you could possibly ever want in there. It has lists of which minerals are light sensitive, which ones are sensitive to acid, which ones are sensitive to water, which ones are best cleaned how. I mean, it's got pretty much everything you can ask for. I did run into, while I was looking for the first one, for the book that I like, that I have, I ran into this website for this mineral specimen cleaning and development for the amateur, which looks amazing. It looked awesome. I got to see bits and pieces of it. It is definitely less technical language, but still pretty good. Easy to understand. The guy is self-publishing it. Like, literally, the man who wrote it is the guy whose like website you go to, and you send him an email and say, I'd like a copy of your book. But the website is there if you want it. If you're looking for something, he has, it was like hundreds of pages of information. So again, pretty much anything you could want is probably in there. All right, everybody, that's the end for me. I hope you learned something. I hope this was helpful for you. If you've ever got any questions, I'll be happy to do what I can to answer questions. Just be safe. Good luck. Hope you have a good time cleaning your finds and have some amazing things. All right, Andrew.
Awesome.
I'm gonna unshare.
Well, thank you very much. That was quite thorough. Thank you very much. That was great. And I'm glad to see that Kurt Komoda is on tonight, because I was telling him earlier today to just boil the stuff. It's all good. It'll make it stronger. So I'm glad you were able to correct me. Kurt, don't listen to me ever. All right. So I'm just looking for any questions. I think you got all the questions, except for, I think, is dumping down the drain for septic systems the same?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
I was going to say it probably says on the bottle.
That might be something. If you're talking about the iron out, again, if you're neutralizing the acid first, even a little bit, the acid isn't going to matter. I wouldn't pour concentrated muriatic acid right down the drain. But if you're neutralizing what you're working with and running it with lots of water to dilute it, you shouldn't have a problem with the acid. And again, the iron out is made to clean toilets and bathtubs and stuff that gets iron stained from water, like from hard water systems. So I would assume that they would make it that it was, but yeah, I would definitely read the bottle, check to see what it says. I've never really looked into that.
Can you use the ultrasonic cleaner inside with the acid? I'm going to say no.
I would not. Yeah, no, I would not, especially if you're heating. I mean, maybe if you're not heating, it wouldn't be too bad, but like anytime you're using any of these things in an enclosed space, you are running the risk of those gases building up in the room. And concentration is important to think about. You know, a little bit is one thing, a big concentration where it's building up in your room is another. So, you know, if you have windows open and you have a fan blowing where you're pushing those fumes out, you know, maybe you're okay, but I certainly would never heat it. Absolutely not. I would not heat it inside. I do that out in my garage with the garage doors open so that it goes, you know, any fumes go outside. I see
Ted Snipper says,
concentration.
yeah.
Um, I use, and I have my own I have my own measurements. The spoon I use it's probably about, if I had to guess, it's about a tablespoon of oxalic acid to maybe 3 cups of water or so. Oh, there was one other thing too that I wanted to warn everybody about, and I think this might be an issue for some people. Water is not the same. I was going to add this into my presentation somewhere and I forgot. All water is not the same. If you are using your tap water and you are on a like municipal system, you have chlorine in your tap water. Chlorine is a very reactive ion, which is why they put it in the tap water, because it reacts with stuff and it kills things. If you have chlorine in your tap water and you are then trying to clean your minerals with that chlorinated tap water, you run the risk of creating side reactions that will leave coatings on your minerals. So for those of you who are having or struggling with some of that, it might be worth a try to get distilled water to clean with. Get rid of whatever's in your, or if you have filters, great, you know, that's fantastic. But if you don't, you are running the risk of all kinds of strange side reactions happening.
Rich Casey just put, Rich, you want to just unmute yourself and explain that?
I lost it. It went.
He's trying to find his mute button. Go ahead, Rich.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't usually use Zoom. I'm more of a gamer. I got Discord. Yeah, I just did some searches and found that you're able to purchase the book directly from basically the area. It's a mineralfossils.com site. When it first goes into it, it goes into it in a foreign language, but it does say the language that it's printed in is English, and it costs £45 basically for it.
Yeah, I did run into that one. It's somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, mineralfossils.com or something. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm not French. But yeah, it says add to cart, so it's available. It's in stock. It looks like it's the Mineral Cleaning third edition.
Yep, that's the one I have.
Yeah, Stephen Wide, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Rudolph.
I don't have it handy here.
Okay.
Well, so if anyone wants the book, just click on that link. Thanks, Rich. That's awesome. All right. I don't think I see any other questions.
IT brain in me gets going when somebody says they can't find something.
Go back to the oxalic acid. What was the concentration? I think she said a tablespoon for 3 cups of water.
Yeah, mine is about a tablespoon to 3 cups of water. The concentration, I don't want to say it's a little bit important. I would experiment and see what works for you for whatever you have. I kind of do a little bit less or a little bit more depending on what I'm trying to, react, how much I'm making, how long I think this is going to take. So I play around with that a little bit. Too much, you're just wasting it. If you're making it too concentrated, so I would start on the lower end and work your way up. If you're not seeing the results that you want, add a little bit more. But the other thing I would recommend is actually measure and write it down so that you know what you used and what worked and what didn't work. Otherwise, you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Very informative. Real quick, Rich Casey, you picked the same number as Michelle Sensenig. So pick a new number really quick in the chat, because I'm about to do the raffle. What size of U cleaners are people using? Ultrasonic cleaners. What size of ultrasonic cleaners are people using? Renee, you want to take that one? No, Michelle, you can keep 187. I just need Rich to pick
Yeah.
a new number because
Ooh,
If
sorry.
you check down further, I noticed that somebody else picked 187. I chose a different number.
okay, cool. Thank you. 87. All right, cool, gotcha. All right. So back to the question. What size? Ultrasonic.
That's what, hang on just one second. I wanted to look at which one I bought. I can't find it. Oh,
I was
there it
gonna say
is.
the one I picked,
Okay.
the one I just picked up was a 15-liter, 4-gallon.
4
You can get it for
gallon. That's pretty
154
big.
on Amazon right now.
Yep,
Pre-work.
that's the one I have too.
So that's a pretty big sizable unit. 4 gallons. That is definitely a sizable unit. Which do you pour first? Water to oxalic or oxalic to water? Does it matter?
So, yeah, in chemistry, we have a rule. Um, the rule is do what you oughta, add acid to water. Got all that? You should always add your acid to water. The reason for that is because oftentimes heat is generated in the solution process, and the heat dissipates more evenly through the water when you add the acid to the water that's already in the container. And so you have a less likely change in temperature that could cause your container to shatter or splattering or any of that. So you should always add acid to water and not the other way around. That's a good question.
And then are these units loud? Are they super loud or are they
They're pretty loud. It's not something you're doing. It's not something you're going to do in your house like while everything else is happening. They're annoying. I think they are anyway. Again, it sits out in my garage so that I don't have to listen to it. And you can still hear it in the house. But it's at least background noise at that point.
So there you go. Just like a tumbler.
Yes, same idea.
All right. Cool. Well, if that's all the questions, I think it's time to give away this crystal here that's sitting next to me. I think everyone's gotten their numbers in. I think we're all good. So thank you, Renee. That was awesome. Very informative. That's going to be a resource. We're going to post this online tomorrow on our YouTube page, so everyone will be able to refer back to it. All right. So you all know what this is. We're going to give away this crystal. I am going to hit this generate. It's currently at 18. That is not the pick. Here we go.
Drum roll, please.
180. So I know there were a few up there. 184 was Nikki Barnett. Is there anything below that?
I have 178.
It's whoever's closest without going over. So I think Renee actually. This is weird. how many times this year has the presenter won the raffle? I know Dr. Jen Pateo won the raffle. I think Rocco won the raffle too, but he gave it and let us give it to someone else. So this has actually happened multiple times this year. Really weird. All right. Renee, congratulations. You won the crystal. Thank you very much for everything. That's awesome. All right. So let's open some presents. Let's all get some crystals. I'm going to start this off, not with myself, but we had one person submit their video because they couldn't be here tonight. So we're going to start with them. Here we go, everybody.
Hi. Well, thank you, the Sensenig family, who sent us the Secret Santa. Let's see what we get. Oh, we should have grabbed scissors. That's okay, I think we got it. We? Okay, you pull it out. Ooh, let's see what it is. Oh, this and that. Oh, hello from Cameron Sensenig. My love of rocks began very early, and I was always bringing various rocks and treasures home. I still have the bowl full to prove it. My kids do too. My mom found a local rock and mineral club, and the rest is history. We now have several boxes and bags of rocks. Yay! So do we. We feel less alone. This is a piece with pirate on it that was found in the Linecrest quarry. We did not find this ourselves, but this is part of a massive collection that was donated to me due to my love of rocks. That is so cool. Thank you so much. Look how beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So that I'm not sure who that was. I'm sorry. Vanessa, if you could take over, you're the one that received that message. So if you could just take over and let us know who that was.
That was Mariella Doyle.
Okay. All right. I believe I saw them on the Amethyst dig. That was back all the way back in May. So yes. Cool. All right. So Vanessa, do you want to say anything? Do you want to take it over? Do you just want to say
No, I'm just excited to see what everybody got and who wants to go first.
someone take it away? Someone take it.
I'll go
I got
next.
you.
Hello?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right, Joe's going to go first.
That way I'll get it out of the way, right? All right. So this is from Corey Rockhound. Let's see. See if you can see that. There we go. Oops, I'm out of frame. All right. Let's see if you can see it. A big Christmassy box. I love it. And there's a prison inside. Let's see. Get closer. So, oh, nice. So first, let's see, first one is quartz encrusted in iron from that boulder you filmed me and Bill busting. Oh, cool. That is so wild. You haven't seen that video? Crap, one day. That is so cool. So I get a little piece of that video. Thank you. Oh, it's right. Whoa. Can you see? There, is that better?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. There's several down here. I like when they're wrapped in napkins. Ooh, nice druzy. Little, I get it open real fast. Herkimer druzy from Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining. No digging required for this one. Found on the ground. Hey, they're the best kind. Put that there. That's pretty. I love that glittery stuff. Ooh, oh my. That's a nice one. Where's the camera? No explanation needed. Herkimer Diamond from Mohawk Valley Mineral Mining. My wife would love that on a necklace. There we go. I'm getting the technique down now. Ooh. Smoky from the cookies and cream location. Yep, in Parksburg. See that? I'm going to miss that place. All right. And there's another one in here. Oh, that one says Jerry. Do I have to go get her to open that? I'll take this up to Jerry when I'm done. Oh, I'll just peek in there for it. Oh, that smells good. I won't get it out. I'll just peek. I got to rewrap this for Jerry, but there you go. She's going to love that. Thank you very much. I won't tell her I opened it. All
Sorry,
right,
we
thank
just
you.
lost connection. Corey was trying to tell you.
Yeah, that one I will take to Jerry. I said it smelled really good.
Hope she likes it. Couldn't leave her out.
Yeah, she'll love that.
Good.
So thank you very much. I'll pass this to the next person.
Well, I guess we'll just go since
I think Tiny wanted to go because she had an issue.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. Sorry, was someone gonna go? All right.
I guess
I'm not hearing any take.
I can go unless you want to go.
Let me just go because my internet is going weird right now. So this is from, I'm not sure, so I'm going to open it. This is going to be Corey doing this. She's going to unpack it. I just got to cut it open real quick. All right. And I am not sure who it is. It's from right here in York, PA. with me here in New York. So 1 second. I'm gonna have Corey unpack it. All right, there we go. Corey's got it. Oh, I'm gonna read the code, the note. So hold on 1 second. Turning my background off so that you can see all of this. So season greetings. Oh, it's from Andy Wyatt. I can't believe we're all the leaders are all swapping gifts. This is awesome. Hoping 2026 gives you continued success and lots of pretty rocks. Andy, Melissa, Wyatt. Thank you, Andy. Let's see what he got. All right, here we go. It keeps on auto adjusting. All right, I'll read the note. Pyrite and chalcopyrite on white calcite. Collected 10, 22, 25. Martin Marietta live going to Baltimore to work at Clean Cuts. This is at Cockeysville, Maryland, Baltimore County. The monument in Washington that the came from Washington Monument came from. Okay, Chalcedony found on a service road in Chester County, most likely originated from the Penmar quarry in Lancaster. Collected 2024. That is beautiful. Oh yeah.
Shiny.
Very cool. Thank you. One more, a couple more here. Hold on. Oh wow. Blue quartz collected on Lindell, Chester County, PA, Geology Club trip. That was one I was not on. Yeah, very cool.
Very nice.
So it looks like Andy polished that as well. Very cool. Yeah, very interesting. Take a look at that. In case y'all didn't see that.
Well, I know what these are.
Devil's Dice. Yeah, I know. So Andy told us about this spot a long, long time ago. We still have not gotten out there. Devil's Dice, Pseudomorph, Limonite, Pseudomorph after Pyrite. And this is from Mill Creek, York, PA, 2025. Right. Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you, sir.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas to you, sir. And thank you for everything that Andy, Wyatt, and Melissa have done for this club this year. Thank you for everything you have done. All right. Were you part of the exchange? Do you have one to go? Do you want to do
Yeah.
it? Go for
Yeah, I'll
it.
go.
You're up next.
Okay, I wanted to go too.
Joan.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Joan.
No, Joan, go ahead. Go ahead, Joan.
Okay. I don't know how people see me, but let's see going on. Okay. So my box is from Vanessa. And thank you. And let's see. That's number 9. Well, I'll go in the order I get it out of there. So I got a golf ball from Pickering Valley Golf Course, Phoenixville, PA. Thank you. I play golf.
That's golf fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
We call it golf fight.
yeah.
There should be a little list in there that explains which each bag is.
Yeah. I got that. Oh, yeah, I think it's a golf fight. All right, let's see. Number 8 is Jersey Quartz from Mohawk Mountain, New York. Did you guys see it, or should I take it out of the bag?
Very cool. No, we can see it. We can see it.
Oh, you can see it okay? Wow, that's beautiful. There it is. Okay. This is number 7, Amethyst from Lancaster, PA. And that's this. And this is number 1, which is Quartz Crystal from King of Prussia. This is fun. And this is Amazonite from Mineral Hill Media. Number 5, Smoky Milky Quartz Cookies and Cream from Parksburg. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. The ones I have aren't that clean. Let's see. Wow, I really got a chock full of rocks here. Number 2 is Yellow Calcite Crystal from Pickering Golf Course, Phoenixville, PA. That's beautiful too. They're all beautiful. They're rocks. This is number 3. Fossils from New Ringgold, PA. Very cool. I don't know what it's a fossil of, but it's very cool. And the last one is number 4, Moonstone from Mineral Hill in Media, PA. That's really cool. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
You're welcome. Is it
And
okay?
I'm
Is it
sorry.
okay if I go next? The person who had me, their battery's about to die.
Go ahead. I gotta take care of the kitty.
Right.
All right. So Vanessa's opening hers. You're not making any sound, Vanessa, so it's not on you. I just had to say that.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yep, got you now.
Okay, all right. So this is from Bill.
Yeah, I forgot the note. So
Really pretty. And then this one looks like.
So that's not technically a rock. That's Fordite. That's from the
Okay.
Ford plant where they have they take the paint from the paint booth and they slab and cab them.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. That's really cool.
So which one is that?
That one.
Is that the white one with like galena?
Yeah, it looks like a Dalmatian spots almost on it.
Yeah, so that's from China. That's one I bought. That's
Wow.
quartz with chalcopyrite, galena, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, that's really cool too.
Yeah, that one came out of my display case. So.
Ooh, try this. Is that malachite or pyromorphite?
That's the malachite from the
Malachite? That's
the
beautiful.
spot.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, who's going next?
I will. Can you hear me?
Yep. Go ahead, Andy. You're
Okay.
all good.
This is from the Sensenix. Feels like it's down there, so we'll go up here. This is from Michelle. Our love of rocks began very early when my son Cameron was always bringing various rocks and treasures home. I still have the bowl fold to prove it. I then found a local rock, a mineral club, and the rest is history. We now have several boxes and bags of rocks. Yeah, we've got boxes and boxes of rocks ourselves. Nice piece of purple fluorite in calcite that was found on my first visit to National Limestone Quarry. I was so excited since purple is my favorite color. I believe that we met at National Limestone on that trip. I think I'm pretty sure we did. But yeah, this is really nice. This is very pretty, and we have a cabinet of specimens that are gifted to us, and we'll display that proudly. Thank you very much.
All right. Who's next? Who's got a
I'll
present?
take a crack at it.
Go for it.
All right, this is from Mama Rockhound, Sylvia.
So yeah, Sylvia couldn't be here tonight because she's her neighbor's house burned down. So take it away.
And I got a nice little Christmas card. Wishing you also a year of enjoyable and successful rock hounding, full of special finds. Merry Christmas from Maine. Piece of black mica from the railroad quarry in Thompson, Maine. Holocite from Uncle Tom Mountain in Maine. Piece of sodalite from Greenwood, Maine, which I believe is UV reactive, right?
It might be. It might be. But Greenwood, there's a lot of famous mines right there in Greenwood, Maine.
Well, I'm going to Portland in 2 weeks, so I'll have to poke around in that area.
Portland's a little south. You got to go a little more north, into the mountains. But
Yeah.
the Portland
Peru.
Club, look up the Portland Club. They big club up there.
And I think the last piece is a nice chunk of mica from Mount Appetite, which I heard of. So.
Mount Appetite is the site of the very first Dirtman report, which is not recorded, and no one has any evidence.
Is that the same area as Mount Mica? Or
Mount Mica is a bit north of there, but Mount Appetite is a very famous site that anyone can go to at any time. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a hike in, but tourmaline, mica, all kinds of stuff, feldspars, garnet. Yep, lots of stuff out there. Corey Rockhound and I have spent many hours, many days out there digging. Very good spot. So,
well, tell your mother thank you.
I will. All right. Merry Christmas. So who's next? Who else has a box?
We can start going.
Go for it.
All right, guys, come here.
Okay, Cameron here.
Okay, go get Cameron.
Brian, go a while.
I'll go first.
And go up.
All right. Not sure if there's a note or not. Yes, here it is. Okay. So from Jessica Wieland, self-collected agates from Lake Michigan. I think that I'm not sure here. Might be, where's my camera? Right, those? I'm not sure. Unknown specimen from Utah. I don't know which one that is. They're not labeled anyway. Iron stained quartz from Pickering Gulf. Would that maybe be that one? All right. Pyromorphite. Perhaps this one? And limonite from York, PA. Not sure what that one there is.
Let me see.
All right. Well, thank you.
The limonite should have been square, and actually the agates, if that was from up north, they might be UV reactive as well.
Okay. All right.
Might have to hit them with a UV light.
All right. Braden's gonna go next. Here's scissors. This is really heavy.
Nothing is huge.
It's not heavy. Okay. Let's tape it off four sides. Come over on the sides.
I don't really need to do three.
Go ahead. Oh wow.
Holy, like all box full. Okay.
Okay, just start pulling out rocks then. What's it say on here?
Mystery rock.
Mystery rock. Not sure who it's from yet.
Doesn't say. I don't think it will.
Can you hold it real quick
They
on the
don't
camera
say.
then? Okay.
Just
make a pile over here. Try to keep it with the wrapper, okay? Wow, my goodness, kiddo.
Your homework is to identify all these.
no. I already have homework. Needle Point Quartz, Montgomery County, PA. Never heard of it.
There's everybody on, baby.
Yeah.
I don't even see any quartz. How is that quartz?
It's okay. Yeah.
Actinolite, feldspar, or easternite. C.K. Williams, Quarry, PA.
So that's a famous quarry, and we just had a field trip there. So that's a specimen from, historic quarry.
Yeah. Quartz galena, a pyromorphite in
Matrix.
That doesn't say.
It does.
Okay. Chester County, PA.
We're gonna be here a while.
He's a little disabled today.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Right if I can.
Sandstone, origin unknown.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream quartz, Parksburg, Chester County, PA.
What? You want this?
Here. Yes. What's this?
Yellow jack for clarets and quartz, origin unknown.
What is that, please?
That's in the law.
We've never around a room. No, from We're not done anywhere near done yet.
We got 10 more in there.
I think we're only like halfway through.
Somebody outdid themselves.
Oh, right. Cookies and cream, or it's Parksburg, Chester County, PA again. Okay. Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
that's bigger.
That is a great one. And
Yeah.
that is a site that is now being paved over. Where that just came out of is now pavement. I just was there this past weekend, so enjoy that one.
Yeah, take over that one.
Feldspar, C.K. Williams, Quarry, PA. Oh, another one. Look over there. Two wrapping. Why does it look gray on the camera?
I don't know.
Unknown. Grace Mine, Morgantown, PA. So they don't even know what the rock is.
These are both that. Can I open this one?
What?
Can I open this one? The same thing.
What do you mean? How do you?
Because it says Grace Mine, unknown. I'm trying to get you through here. What was that?
Well, it's really big.
I have some hidden.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Iron. Bubble wrap.
There you go.
Unknown Grace Mine, Morgantown, PA. That's the third one.
Listen.
And from there, that's also unknown. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know who this is from though.
Does anyone claim the box of unknown?
I mean, she dropped it off at our door, but I didn't get her name.
Didn't have a name
Oh,
This
wait a
was
minute.
me.
Ida.
It was
So-
me.
Aha.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, do yours, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's yours. Brayden, you keep putting yours away, okay?
You
Or
good?
just take. Okay.
Now. Past my bedtime, though. I've been up since 5. I've been up since 5. Yes, it's past my bed. This one's from
It says RK
RK
in Mannheim, PA.
Mannheim. Not sure who that is.
Oh my goodness.
It's like ridiculous. I'll get there eventually. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
Read it.
Okay. I
Hi. Okay. You don't have your glasses.
I cannot read that.
Hi, Jason. I sent you 2 of my favorites that I have collected, and I hope you like them too. Number 1 is a mica cluster from private property near Shelby, North Carolina. I had such a fun time digging in the dirt for these mica quartz clusters. Is that number 1?
Doesn't
Okay.
say which one.
Right. That's probably this one here. And the second one is quartz crystals on colorful shirt from Nether's Farm, Flint Ridge, Ohio. I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, Renee.
Thank you.
No, not that one.
So
Cameron, come on
that
over.
mica from Shelby, North Carolina was collected during a Dirtman report where I was panning out all the gold. Renee was over there pulling out all the crystals. So
That's the first one, yeah. Oh, wow, that's cool.
So everyone's still in there.
It's your turn now then, okay?
Everyone's still in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll read it for you. Want me
Thank
to?
you.
You're welcome. All right, we have one more. We have Cameron. Whenever, kiddo. Move over to the video. Happy rock swap. Hope you enjoy your new pieces. Michael Fowler. Go ahead. Coffee get started here too. You want to the camera? Hold up. Says Bellamite Body, C&D Canal, Reedy Point, Delaware. Be that with it, okay? What is? Okay, that one. Can you read it?
Sure.
Lava Flow Rock, the Leilani Estates Flow, 2018 Kilauea eruption. Tumbled Orange Quartz, Brandywine River, Chester County.
Something they do every year.
What's that?
Is this something they do every year?
No, this is new this year. It's brand new. Ochre from Lehigh County. Brachiopod fossils, National Limestone. Amazonite with smoky quartz, Mineral Hill. Tourmaline in mica schist from Southern Chester. That's cool. Not sure the pronunciation of that one. Goethite.
Gertite, Gerthite, go tight, go wide. Yep. There's many ways to say that one.
That's cool. All right. Cookies and cream. We really appreciate the cookies and cream pieces for sure. We heard all about that following along on Facebook. Here's two more here. Okay, finish that one for me. Dresy Points with Pyromorphite, Wheatley Mine. Calcite and Limestone, National Limestone. We are finished. Thank you. You said thank you.
Well, Sensenig family has two brand new rock collections. That's awesome. No, I think it's great. You have two youth that got a lot of rocks. That is awesome. So, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to all of y'all. Who's next? Who's got a box? I know we're not out of people. Jen Doral, I know she's trying to unmute herself right now. I see her fingers on top of the screen. I know Bori probably has something because I got an email from him saying he wanted to do something.
Yeah,
You got
I
one?
got
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Jen got it. All right. So Jen, you go ahead and go and we'll do Barrett next.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, this is from Barrett Bory. I was starting to unbox my thing. So it says this rock is from Failer Middle Creek Limestone Quarry at Winfield, PA. This rock contains several vugs with tufts of strontianite crystals. There are a few small clear crystals, which I believe are calcite. I collected this specimen myself back in the 1970s during a Mineral Society of Pennsylvania sponsored field trip. Let's take a look at it. Okay, and I don't have any strontianite. I've seen it at the quarry and at some other meetings, but oh, where am I? Not in the video. Okay. That's really nice. Thank you. I like that. It's gonna go right in my display case.
So strontianite is both UV reactive and phosphorescent. So it will hold its UV charge for maybe a second, depending on where you got it at Mount Pleasant Mills. It can go up to 3 seconds. I've had them go anywhere between 1 and 3. So yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Let's go right to Barrett.
Okay, I'll do next. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we got you, sir.
Oh, wow. Hello, I am a newbie with collecting, but I give you one of everywhere I went this year. Hope you like them. I'm not sure who this is from.
That's from Deborah Haldeman. She's waving her hand right now. She forgot to put her name on her load.
Well, sorry, take a while to get the tape off. Okay. Let's see, where is that camera? Oh, there it is. Looks like a quartz. Oh, wait a minute. They got this labeled somehow or other. We'll call it quartz for now. Ah, some mints. Oh, wait a minute. Pickering golf course. Pickering golf course, crystal quartz. Right. Number 3. Out Amazonite smoky quartz from Mineral Hill, Media, Pennsylvania. Okay, where's that camera? Looks like another druzy quartz. Looks like it. Probably king of, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, this is number 2. New Ringgold fossil. Okay. Thinking it's a crinoid. This is number 4. Number 4 was the quartz. Number 6, Mohawk Valley, Herkimer diamond. Yeah, very nice. Let's see how we do this. Where's that camera? Not doing a very good job here. What was number 5, cookies and cream quartz. Okay. Now what do we got here? Number 7, quartz crystal points from King of Prussia. And number 8, local store pop rocks. Oh, yeah, it's candy. Okay, well, thank you very much. Who did that come from?
Go ahead, unmute yourself, Deborah, if you want to say something. Go ahead and say hey. I got you. I got you. So she's actually on tonight on the screens there.
Well,
So
thank you very much. Yeah, I got another collection too, and some candy to go with it.
Yep, yep. All right, who else do we have tonight? Does anyone else have one?
I can go.
Or who else wants to go?
All right. I don't know who it's from. It's from Delta, PA.
Ah. Delta, PA is famous for slate. The slate quarries run right through there. There's also gold and rutile in the streams.
Oh, I think I'm getting proposed to. I don't know what's going on here. My gosh. Citrine in sterling size 8. My gosh. That's really pretty. I think that's my birthstone too, ironically enough, for November. So, yeah, thank you.
That's from Rachel Freeman.
And she is not on here, I don't think. I don't know who she is. All right. Tumbled Serpentine, York County. Ready? Mystery Rock, uh, Hedenite, North Carolina. It's kind of reddish. It's hard to see that. Oops. Tumbled Agate, Mitchell County, North Carolina. Oh. Hematite in Matrix, Flagstaff, Arizona. Oh, that's cool. Hard to see it. That's really neat. Fossilized coral, Calvert County, Maryland. Last one. Garnet in Matrix, Baltimore County, Maryland. Very cool. Thanks, Vanessa, for letting me know who it was.
Awesome. I see Deborah has unmuted herself. Do you have a box as well that you can share? Go ahead and say something if you have. All right. I think we have some technical difficulties. Deborah, are you on? Can you hear? I mean, it seems like you're unmuted now.
Deb?
Yeah, I guess she's still having some issues. All right. Does anyone else have a box? I think have we gotten through everyone? So basically a few people did not receive their boxes yet. There were a couple issues along the way with various things just not happening right. I do happen to know that whoever had there was one that was left at a hair salon, and the hair salon person will get it to you if you're on. So yeah, if you didn't get one tonight, we apologize. This is the first time we've ever done this, and this is the first time we're trying it. So, we'll make revisions for next year. This really seems like it was fun. I thought it was fun. And of course, no rockhound can ever follow directions. We were all supposed to send one rock. We all sent a box of rocks. So, the Sensonique family is the only ones that actually follow directions. So they win the prize, whatever that prize is. But yeah, Vanessa, you want to say anything? Thank you, Vanessa, for running all this. So you want to say anything?
No, I'm glad we had so many members want to participate this year, and hopefully we can do it every year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think definitely. Yes. Well, you're welcome, Michelle Sensening. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Okay, well, having said that, I just want to let you all know, on behalf of Tina, Joe, and I, and Vanessa, Sylvia, and Joanna, we can't thank you enough. When this year started, personally for me, this year has been absolutely crazy and has pushed me to the limits I never thought would happen. It's been it's insane experience building this club with Tina and Joe and the leadership team, Vanessa, Sylvia, and Joanna. I can't explain the amount of work that I have taken on, that I do every single day, and that these great people do with me. We're doing it all for you. And we are determined to bring you the best club possible in 2026. I can't stress that enough. So just so you know, we're here for you, and we all love you. Yeah, every one of our members. And with that, I'm gonna let each one of our leaders say something, and then happy holidays, everyone, from me. So Tina, you want to say anything? Wrap things up?
Just reiterating what you said. Thank you for everybody for the opportunity for getting to make new friends, visit new places, learn lots of new things. every person I've met in this club is awesome, friendly, outgoing, nice people. So I am very blessed to be a part of it. So thanks to everybody as well.
And I will add to that, most of the places we have gone as a club this year, the owners, the property owners, whatever, have all said how good of people our club members are. So I just to reiterate what Tina just said, this has been expressed by people that have seen us. So thank you all. Joe McNamara, what
Yes.
you got?
Uh, just want to thank everybody from joining the club. We're excited to have you with us, and please come out and join us on our field trips. We'll, get that word out to you when we're having them, and, excited to meet everyone and to make this, a club to be proud of. So, yep, 2026, looking forward to it.
Vanessa?
Same. I just, I'm just so appreciative of the club and all the members. I've met so many amazing people, made lots of new friends, learning new things every day, getting more exercise than I've gotten in the last year from all this digging and hauling and carrying and everything. Excited for next year and our trips, and just excited to watch the club continue to grow.
Absolutely. Joanna, what you got to say?
I say, may your pockets be heavy, your specimens sparkle, and your adventures be nice. From our rock pile to yours, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's take this geology club above the ledge. Thank you, everyone.
And on that note, everyone, please join Joe. Say the name of the new group. We have a new group that we're trying to promote. What is it?
Oh, hold on a minute. Let me open up another window. My brain is off.
Rocks and Minerals of PA, New Jersey.
Yes,
I don't want to say it wrong.
Rock and mineral finds of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and New York. I think it's time that we bridge the gap and bring all these multi-state mineral clubs together. We'd love to see you all posting there. This is, an offshoot of our geology club, and we love what we do, and we want this all. We want everyone to succeed, and we can do it together.
Absolutely. This is one big family. I can't say that enough. And that's what I've really felt over the last few months is everyone has really come together to be this family. And I saw it start, at the first Mohawk trip, Labor Day weekend. We were all out in that field. We were being, that family unit. So this year has been amazing to grow that. 2026, we're going to expand that. So check out this new Facebook group. This will allow us to share finds from across all of our field trips because, some of the Pennsylvania groups, we can't post New York stuff or, Delaware stuff. So this will allow us to post everything, everywhere we're going, right in one spot. So check out this Facebook group. It'll be good for, just seeing where Geology Club goes, really. Of course, we always have the Geology Club Facebook posts and groups as well. But this one, I think, just wanted to get it out there because it just started and it's brand new. So, all right. Having said that, I wish all of you a happy holiday season. Stay warm. Stay curious about the outside world while we're getting dumped snow on, and we are going to run as many trips as we possibly can during this winter period, starting January 1st. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I will see you in 2026.